Hello guys, how's it going? Again, Familiar here. Today we're gonna be doing a difficulty 4 run. It's going to be an endless run explaining the how to reach a high level in endless. We are going to be using the rec faction. It's the one that we have left. We're gonna go over the choices and what to aim for, what matters, and uh, sort of meant as a guide kind of run or explain run. So you have a lot of strong choices in red, like except for Blast, which is the his cost. His upgrade increase in cost makes things weird. Like you can still do it. It's just that you have to pay extra attention and probably place different types of buildings, which makes it a little bit more problematic at the end, but it's doable nonetheless. But you have the two strong characters who are Volkin and Karia. And Volkin is the character that you can use to not worry about the early game, and it doesn't really matter the map that much because you can just place the flames and don't worry about it, and place the flame next to HQ, and then get a couple of werewolves with 3 and 2 flames, and that's just gonna carry you throughout like most of the run, regardless of which enemies you see. Like you only need to cover Lecos, and you can cover Lecos with like Rampart that you're gonna be needing anyways eventually. So uh Karia is a little bit different. Karia, you do care a lot about the early game because you want to keep the recon to be able to control the map, but you also want to use the recon for Xenoprognosis to upgrade Xenoprognosis, so Xenoprognosis helps you, and you end up with this weird early game where you have to find a balance between pushing for the stuff that you want in endless and not losing the run early. But then during endless, the Xenoprognosis itself starts taking over, and you can use it as a worst case scenario. It's just gonna be a Maslow. All right, so we select Garia difficulty 4. So I started the game with the Polkin, so just this is a recorded stream, so it's fine. And okay, so we have several options here. One of the options is to just give up and look for something that we don't have to merge. To try to push it without merging, which is fine. You can do it. The problem is that you do are at risk, especially with Garia, especially with anything that is not bulking. Bulking with the flames, you can just manage the map, or we could just do what Garia can do, which is just merge the fronts, merge fast, and then just keep one single entrance and just push that single entrance and then just use Xenoprognosis. We can do that. We most likely want to roll pits anyways to just try to keep the same. So if we're gonna merge in this position, this would probably be the back line, and this would be the main entrance, I guess. So we cannot do it like this, which looks weird, but it sort of works. Obviously, we need a straight in there, but you go like that and every time. You want to place the mid out anyways. Try to get some doctrines. Mid out expertise is pretty good if you're going endless. Yeah, this side is a little bit, it's gonna take a little while, but that's fine. Commander is gonna help. Rest of the fire teams makes sense. You wanna take as many doctrines as you can to help out to increase the chances that you see the higher tier doctrines like HC slow and the second orbital. Okay, so the first wall is very important, but I think structural and the yeah and the draft is better because it might give you the moves anyways. So I'm gonna do this so I don't mess up this position. And now, so we can count. We can go T here, but T goes there every time. Stray, we actually, yeah, T there makes it a lot easier to merge on this side. So T corner, straight corner. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, or 7, 8, 9. Depends on how the run goes. We're gonna place one werewolf to help out and to essentially accumulate doctrines. And this one should be an underground depot one to help out against pendors and the eventual stuff that shows up. And we're gonna have to leave some leeway for Britanes in case they show up. So we have 2 turns to decide. But we need to prepare for the if they show up. So that might mean pushing this a little bit. I don't know. It depends. Wolf expertise is more. No, we don't want that. So we got a corner. So this has to be a corner. Yeah, this has to be a corner every time. So we do it again. I don't want to mess up this position. This could be a T. This could be a straight. Doesn't matter. We probably should place a T there in case we get a Britas, because that kind of solves the Britas for us. But other than that, it's fine. Close support is a decent starting upgrade just to get those extra repair rolling. Amplifier, we click on it because we're gonna use it for mission control once they show up. Even if you're not doing multiple battlefronts, you still want the mission controls to help out as much as possible. We could start placing bastions as well. Bastions are useful, but they get attenuated for endless, so it's just a matter of decision. We could go Triumph and Conquest, but you don't want to go below the threshold for rerolls. We don't have Britas, so that's good. Okay, that's a good hit. So we go like this. And what can we assign now? We can set these. We can set corners. Now the corner goes here. The T goes here, and then after that we see where we at. We should see a werewolves, another werewolves, a neutral in the next one. Next placement. Yeah, I don't mind another close support or a little bit of repair. This is probably better because we're gonna see one in a wave, and it translates into a lot of cash, and it's a lot of cash fast, right? So right now pendors are doing a decent chunk of damage to us. That's gonna stop once we start closing up the map, but for now it's gonna happen. And doctrines, and yeah, this seems decent. This is interesting. I think direct orders is worth it here because we have enough of that. Mirror 2, mirror cost reduction. Mirror 2, we're gonna be using mirror for damage a little bit, so might as well. Okay, so the reason I'm doing that one there is so that I can play straight, because now we can play straights, we can place these, we can place all the corners. Probably the other corner goes here, because I want to leave this open, this option open, if we want to place a T or not. Here, I'm just gonna go like that and get more doctrines. We wanna rush the expertise for our stuff. Okay, this is not upgraded, so we upgraded. We probably want the second close support, to be honest. Like fairly fast if we can afford it, and we're gonna be able to afford it, right? Yeah, there you go. We got a little bit more healing going. Medium mortar or more bubbles. I think we take the medium mortar just in case we need it for detection. It's like you take the counters to Lecos that you find. Obviously this is not blue, so it's not an automatic like solution, but you can be creative with the way you place it, and it will help out against Lecos quite a bit. So we're gonna upgrade this to Warden Protocol to get some backline defenses until we merge and be fine. What else are we doing here? We take the recon to reroll. We found a T. The first T goes here. And now after that, we can sort of relax a little bit, but not really. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10. That's wave 21. With 1, 2, So two different types, but it's a lot of corners. We do it like that. If we can do it in 23, if we take two T's, right? Because if we go T's, that'll be two T's, a corner, a corner. So two T, three corners and a straight. That's more varied than four corners and a straight, right? So one, two, three, four corners and a straight. Yeah. Even if it's more tiles. We probably want to try to start working on both. All right, so in order to leave things options open, we do it like either here or here, and it's probably gonna be here first. And then now we can still accept the same amount of tiles, right? Now, if I see a T, I don't reroll the T, I just take it, and that wardens is gonna come in helpful. And this is great. Do I want it over that? That's what it's, yeah, it's two doctrines. I mean, the wolves, we're gonna see them eventually, so might as well get a little bit more rolling for us. I could go long barrels here. Probably here is better. That entrance is a little bit isolated from the... Which is not necessarily what you want to see, but we can place bunkers there to protect against the big guys once they show up. I think I'd rather have a little bit of more damage on this guy. So we found a T. Because we found a T, again, we don't reroll it. It's just a matter of which one we prefer, this one or this one. And the answer is probably this one, just to keep things tighter on this side. We could use that to get ahead of the curve a little bit and place them and remove them. I don't know that we need to, but it's fine. We can show the move, I guess. And like it would be something along these lines. Probably not yet. Right? I could place that, but if I'm doing that, I probably should just upgrade you. Like that. We get another werewolves as well. Now we're gonna know in 17 if we get Krylos. If we get Krylos, we need to adjust a little bit and maybe place a few Pumas. We don't want to place them, but we're gonna have. If we see them, we're probably gonna have to. And spend a little bit of tech, but that's okay. As long as we have 5 to place the other stuff, is fine. Simple stock, we take it. It doesn't mean that we're not gonna use wolves. It just means that we're just gonna hold on to it for as long as we can to keep that production rolling for us. It's just the Van Buster with a promotion. We're getting a little bit overwhelmed, so we could place either Bastion there to help out or just regular buildings. Yep, this is good. And with this Krylos, okay, I placed it there. We can close in 19 here, but we're gonna have to find some solutions for Krylos, and one of them is going to be placing a Puma here. We're gonna close that side so that side doesn't worry us. It's gonna be this side. So we can do it this way, right? We can do anti-air design, hydraulic, and then just spend the tech. The best thing about tech is that you can just spend it immediately, so that's good. And for the other guys, we could do it with miradors. Like I can do a mirador here, it's gonna be helpful, but you do it with long battles in that case. And we can place a Bastion as well eventually, but right now we're just gonna do it like this. Yeah, there's quite a little bit of firepower, quite a bit of traffic coming this way. And it is going to increase, so maybe we want this here. Maybe we want a mirador in there. Probably a mirador makes more sense where we're doing. The armor station is fine, but I think it's probably better. And the reason is probably better because we already have them, so might as well lean a little bit into them. And this is why bulking is also very good. You don't have this type of issues. Oh, Puma efficiency. I don't want to take the Puma efficiency because I can't sell the Puma then. So, or attenuate is fine, but I can't. Okay. So I could do it in this order, but that's mean that we're less protected on this side. So maybe rerolling makes sense. The other option would be to just drop Xenoprognosis and get the slow upgrade. And the slow upgrade is gonna help with everything. That's a viable choice for sure. And we generally want a position for Xenoprognosis where it has as many adjacent spots as possible. I don't know that we have one there. Gonna need platforms for that. Because that's the reason why we wanted to merge here, so that because if we get it, those are three entrances. If we get Krylo spawning in this direction, we're in trouble because this cannot handle that. So we reroll there. We found it. Okay, there you go. Now that is going to increase the pressure in this side quite a bit. We're gonna try to use long battles on that and see if that works. Probably a bastion is justified here. Like this is a regular game move, I guess. On this line, simple design and pulse cannon eventually. And we place one there eventually as well. Because we're gonna have to deal with Krylos as they show up. Again, this is gonna be helpful against them, but we might need more. Mirror efficiency, yes. We want the mirror expertise for sure, and it's also gonna help against the other guys. We send it, I think. There you go. We got the Krylos. Yeah, the Vencedor's here and the LMG there. It's gonna come in quite handy. Long barrels also help a little bit, especially once we get the long barrels. Yeah, this might be actually a problem. Okay, we got there fast, but probably not fast enough. So maybe okay. So upgrade cost reduction makes sense. What we're doing, the other one was fine too. Now we do it like if I do this, I'm gonna significantly increase the pressure on this side. So that probably means that we go the pulse cannon first. We still have an issue that this is gonna be very cluttered for two waves. That makes me wonder if I place this already. Mm, we're losing one adjacency spot. That seems okay. Well, actually, we have. Never mind. We can just do it like here. We're not losing any adjacency spots there. We share two with HQ. And we can go like that and then slow, and that should help a little bit. We don't have a lot of time, but in wave 23, these things changes drastically because now they only come from one spot, and most of the enemies are gonna take like the really long path. But yeah, we need to survive two waves. Karia is going to help as long as we upgrade her. That's good, and yeah, the prognosis is helping as well, which is pretty nice. Yeah, we take the cash there. The blueprint is such sweet, but I think I must storage the cash and then the eventual carry upgrade is probably better. Now the last upgrade we don't have to do until very, very late. This essentially solves our map. No Pumas, no Bastion, shooting drill seems fine. And we reload really heavy here for... Okay, we whiffed. That's not great. That is actually that's kind of a problem, but we'll survive. We'll manage. It's just that ideally we wouldn't want that to happen because we do have Karya, but we want to do it by 25 because that it's too much pressure on this side. This is essentially what happens. Is the rest is it doesn't matter as much. It's just that we want to not have that much pressure in that side. Advanced warning is good. It's one less stock thing that we have to worry about. We're gonna have 2 rerolls. I can place more $1,000. Need to be a little bit more selective about where I place them. Okay, so do I buy 2 rerolls? No, I think I get closer to the Pumas and 1, 2. Okay. So this is gonna be interesting. I could have rolled. I didn't want to. So I could have bought 2 rerolls. I mean, I didn't want to. So now we're gonna have to deal with it, and hopefully we deal with it okay. I think we'll be fine. You do it like that. I upgraded Karya, right? Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. So it's just the bastions now, which we can. Alright. I guess we're gonna see how those rifles work. Almost storage is a lot better, but it doesn't. Right now, it's not gonna matter. So I got 2 waves to deal with the other side. Bastion cost reduction. No, we buy the rerolls in this time, and we send it, and they're all upgraded, right? Yeah. The only thing that is missing is these guys. And this is gonna be orbital. So I mean, if we can fit orbital already. Now, because this is the road is long enough that Xenoprognosis is doing a decent job already. I have medium mortar. Medium mortar we can use for detection if we need it. This is very good, but we need this is fantastic. So we just take the simple mechanisms, and we roll Coleptis and Mucos. Those are fine. And we finally merge, and that makes things a lot simpler and a lot easier for us. It's just about the Krylos, and the Krylos are gonna get handled probably while they come here because everything is fairly isolated. Now we're gonna have to start rolling pits, and the first pit we roll here, and we just keep pushing pits until we find something we like, I think. And maybe we get a Slovak corridor in here, and that's what we do, or maybe we get one here. It depends on the pits we roll. Okay, if we get an early Xeno extractor, then it doesn't matter. If we don't, well, we do something else, I guess. I can place more Pumas along this line. And because of the slow from... It doesn't matter as much because of the slow from Xenoprognosis. Right? Because it allows them to target switch. We can speed things up a little bit here. Just the priorities is worth it for sure. We got less than 100. I think worst case scenario, we just go for the orbital already. Right. Super heavy pulse is worth it here, and we go like that. No, like this. Oh, I'm gonna need a cross in here, so I should not said no to the cross. It's still fine. We're still fine. There is a fortress position in there. There is a fortress position in there, so that means that we probably want this guy. Maybe not quite there. Maybe here. Two platforms. This is sort of like a backline one. And the objective of this guy is also accumulate doctrines. There you go, naval support. We've been taking a lot of doctrines. We've been very diligent about what we take. We can just straight up sell the Puma if we don't want to see more doctrines for them anymore. Probably don't mind just yet. I mean, we can attenuate them later, but we'll take the more super heavy bosses because we can just start placing super heavy bosses all over the place if we feel like we need them. Like for example, we can place one here. That's gonna be fine, although it doesn't have like nice coverage over the map. I don't want to mess up the fortress positioning here because it's a good fortress position, so probably hold on to that. If that's the case, I just go like that, guided charge, and just send it. Just go shot in charge and we haven't seen a pit just yet, but we're gonna start seeing them. A Sun Command is good. That's one of the options that we have for Econ. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is what this needed to be across. So I'm just gonna reroll. No. Okay. Well, I guess we are going this way. Going this way. And I guess I need to start worrying about production, which this helps us out a little bit. Worst case scenario is just recon production. Best case scenario is recon production and income production as well. So we can just go like that. I can go heavy vencedor and just use the tech already, but I don't know, it seems... I think I'd rather use it on the... Okay, I think I'm gonna place another one of those. There you go. It's about raising our recon production. We're having issues getting the tiles that we want. No, recon was fine, but I don't want to get an electric arcana. We can just send it like that and just use the shot in charge. Start placing more. As you can see, they kind of get close, but they get killed. So we're at 33. Okay, recon production, but it's accompanied by a puma, and we don't want that. So do this, and now we don't want that, but this is okay-ish, I suppose, and we can keep doing that. And here we have a very nice position there that we can do that. Vicious crossfire is cool. Send that and let's keep scaling. We can do this 1, 2. Place that guy there to help out against Krylos. They come in and also shoot the other stuff. The last wave. No mission control. This is good, but I think I'll try to have the mirror expertise and be able to roll the map a little bit better. And no, no. Alright, send it. We can wait until this wave is over to upgrade our stuff. Now, click on endless. The foundation is just to get the arrows out. We have Lecos. Lecos can be a problem. Even if we have long barrels, I guess I can start placing long barrels all over the place at the end. That sort of takes care of them. To have a Krylo problem, they get close. They get close enough to maybe justify placing more stuff. We're gonna go even more to the side. I guess we do it this way. They're gonna arrive at different stages compared to okay, we found our first mission control, and this is a very crucial building. I need to reroll this. There you go. And this is very crucial because what you do is the damage is important, but the most important quality of the first one is okay. So of all of them is higher tier chances because that's how you win by getting a bunch of mission controls that give you other mission controls that give you the higher tier buildings that you need. Even with red, you should leverage this. The damage is nice, although it's not as as good as it usually is with the other guys. Sorry, with 4 battlefronts open, and we want that for the first one we want that recon production increase, and now the second one we use it to get the discount. Really, discount is also very nice because it allows us to control the map, and we want that. And then at some point we get the drafts. But that point is not right now. Right now we have to deal with the rest of the waves. Now hopefully the middles are enough to help out in that position. Again, they're not gonna get super distracted because those Krylos are the ones that are gonna have the most are gonna be the closest, and you are gonna take that guy's gonna take care of the rest. I do want to see. I haven't seen a silo, so maybe we get to see an extra silo here. Okay, Bagus are gonna join up and are gonna help us out quite a bit. I'm pretty sure we're prepared for silos with the mass low and with the super heavy pulses and the orbital cannon. That's probably more than enough to deal with silos. I did say, I'm sorry, with Baguses, not silos. The Spuma, no, we take the ammo depot, which is nice. The rate of fire is not gonna help this guy much because he's in a fixed pattern, but it is going to help the orbital cannon, and the damage is nice too. It's like what, 40%, 30%, so 10, 15, 20, and then 20 is 40%. That's pretty decent. So yeah, this has. And I have four other super heavy pulses that I can place. Oh, Lecos are gonna show up, so we're gonna see the Lombardos in action, see if it does enough against Lecos. Again, it should be enough because Sino also helps hits them, right? So it slows them down and just gives them puts them within range. So, and the road is so long that they're gonna get targeted just by existence. Now we have a choice to make here. Do we rush for the range? The range does makes things go a lot slower, but we don't have a lot of blueprints just yet, and we didn't we merged the fronts. Because we merged the fronts, we need the scaling in the for range for our weapons, and that this does it quite effectively. So, but we probably want to reroll first and then see when we can do it. It's expensive, so we still want to reach expertise for our werewolves because we're gonna be using our werewolves for. So we need this, and the reason we do that is because we have a bugged classified site. I guess yeah, it's fine. Hey, we're gonna be getting a lot of classified sites. So the next one is a T and the corner. So we're quite particular about what we need. So range on our stuff, and now we can go chattering, and this one can go overloading cells, and now we have a couple of really beefed up. And we can already do this and set up for the next mission control when it shows up. It's still no time to draft just yet, I think. Now the question is, do we want ramparts on this one? And the answer is probably not as a weapon, but maybe yes as something to feed the pit if we find Xenoprognosis. Essentially, right now we want reactive pit to place the platforms one. I don't remember. I never remember the names. Reactive to increase the blueprint chances. I think we work on our super heavy pulses, although maybe that's wrong. And now we can probably safely sell this guy. So our Megalors, they're not quite done because we can still see cost reductions, which is not ideal, but I mean it is what it is right now. We do want to start working on our werewolves eventually. That is one that can afford not to do that because you have the massive slow. It's still okayish in terms of damage early. Okay, early endless. Uh, ooh, we don't want to start getting those, so we don't take the doctrine. So we did find the T. That's great. This allows us to do this. It's good. We can go here because they shares a spot with the other guy and start shooting from the beginning. Go like that, and I'll probably need more of those. Tier 2. Yeah, war measures is probably better than the damage on the other side. The discovery doesn't really matter at this stage. 42. It actually hinders us a little bit. We'll manage. It's not like a huge deal. Okay. Right. One of the things that you need to solve is eventually this is not gonna apply until like the 60s. Is the mucos, the Omegamucos, they start splitting, and because most of your endless weapons that have a high damage and a lot of targets have most HP targeting. I guess if you use bunkers a little bit, you're gonna have anti-air, not anti-air. You're gonna have the Vencers, which has we switch to air targeting. That means that they're not gonna, if they're in range of the endless foes, they're not gonna target the Mucus split. And early doesn't matter at all. But at the past the wave 62, the amount of them it starts to become increasingly more dangerous, essentially because they just you can't keep up with the amount of targets that you have in the map. Of them in the map, and they just go ahead of the wave of the rest of the wave, and if you don't find a way to deal with them, you just die, and because the other stuff is busy shooting other targets. Um, One way to solve it, for example, in blue, it's use infantry. You can use infantry to float the path, and if you get the number big enough, that's fine. You can use light mortars with Seal Neo. Light mortars in general are good because they have closest to HQ targeting, but they also have like the range. You can increase it, but it's quite constrained. You can use howitzers as well, and howitzers double down as a damage endless damage solution. Uh, but one way you can do it is Karya. In fact, Karya is because this is the only true AOE weapon in the map. It's not targeted by. It's not targeted by. It's not limited by targets. So you do need to increase the multipliers there. But if you do, you get rewarded with that. We just increase damage in here. We have to make sure not to mess up fortresses. It's just a question of no, that would mess up a fortress. So we go here, I think. I feel that that's okay. Again, our modifiers are gonna get high enough so that doesn't matter eventually. Now, we got a placement here. I have high grade explosives, which is not as good as they usually are, but we can do that. And that it's the pheromone enhancer, which we can start making use of. It's not a big deal, I guess. I do have 2 of these guys, so maybe something on these lines. Yeah, as the first bit, we're gonna be keep rolling, right? Keep rolling them, and one we get a stray here, corner stray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it takes a long time to do those bits right now. That's another advantage that the other like going for multiple platforms have is that you have 3 or 4 bits that are very easy to use. We get the second orbital that buys us a lot of time. It increases our damage by quite a bit, and once we start even amplifying uh, this even further, it's gonna be great. I could sell that. The wolf. It's gonna decrease our recon production. We're going to place another one in here. And this one goes for slow. And right now our recon is fairly low. We don't have more mission controls. We could start. Probably makes sense to start rolling with them. The air command is a very big priority for Endless as well. We get the bunker just in case. And we do this just in case we find another mission control, because that's what we're looking for now. Doesn't matter which one we pick in here in particular case. Super hyposes are great. We do that one. That's gonna allow us to increase our recon production. The other part doesn't matter at all. But okay. So heavy plating, is it worth it to take it out of the pool? The answer is probably not. Probably the ammo depot is better because we have the double orbital. Now, I don't want to do this because this would essentially negate the possibility of a pit there. Just want to get it straight. There you go. That's nice. And now we are going to just surround the double orbitals with that. And I'm sure we do the same thing to this guy. We can, however, do this once and reduce the amount of HP they have. Well, near the point where cash does not matter at all anymore, which is a good place to be. Another reason to take this one to the commands is the early warnings. So right now we are at 20% damage reduction for. I'm just making sure I don't. I see what needs upgrading in the map. That's essentially the reasoning behind that. Upgrading those like that. We're at 46. We found the wolf expertise if we want it, but we probably want the dual air command. It's probably worth more because okay, so we're gonna see it. Okay, so look at this pulse cannon, right? Right now we have the damage against air is the bonus modifier is 12%. Now if we do this, now it's 28%. If we do that, yes, we pay for this second one of those, and if we go back, we are at 44%, and it comes a point where we get back to 60, which is our original one, and we pay for the extra. I just do it like this. That. We got all the spots. I guess we're missing 2 spots. That's fine. Oh, I have amplifier. This was a mistake for sure. The reason you take the amplifier is to do that. The other stuff doesn't matter in amplifier. Oh, we ran out of cash. That's a strange sight. Now, because we have that, look at the damage. We're almost in positive range. Not positive range, in the same amount of damage percentage as we would against air, and it is going to be multiplied as well once we get more commands, which we're aiming to get. We can get probably more of those. We send that. I can probably place one of you here already. Now we could try to close the map already, but the problem with closing the map at this stage is that we don't have enough space with enough damage multiplier to probably be able to kill stuff as it shows up. So that's why we don't want to do it right now. Eventually, probably yeah, but focus militarization is okay. We found the second orbital issue, so it'll be great, but I think we want to rush the other stuff that we have, like that. For example, we're gonna go super heavy pulse. I think the wolf may have served their purpose, which in this case was just giving us recon. And we found another mission control, which gives us 2. Which in the case of, yeah, that's the case in. And again, now what this means that we keep doing this. We don't reroll until later because we're not gonna place anything there, but kind of doesn't matter because we want probably a double up here. You want to increase the chances before you roll just to improve your chances. I'm gonna get howitzers because it might be something we do at the end. Now, we do have for the first fortress. We want the first fortress. We have positions for it, and we're gonna be creating positions for it. Maybe we're done with fortresses. Probably not. Probably we take the fortress. We want more mission controls right now. That's what we're looking for. So division release is helpful. It's gonna give us recon production. Right. And we just place it over here where it gives us recon production. It doesn't really get in the way. No, not there. Here we go. Maybe we use this to trigger one of you. Yeah, there you go. Like that. There you go. For damage modifier. Sorry about that. And we just send it, and we don't have a position for it here. Nope. For the fortress, I mean. Now there may be a case to start placing the howitzers already, like the howitzers as sanction cannons here. The problem with that approach is that, especially for the sanction cannons, they require probably a flat in here to get a very solid range in there. The advantage of the sanction cannon is that it has less targets, but it requires less extra range, and that's something that you run out of if you don't have multiple battlefronts and omega meters, which is this is the case here. So sanction cannons might be better. Okay, so is it too late to switch to ramparts? The answer is probably not, but I think I'd rather just remove the two doctrines just to increase our chances of seeing the other ones. The other one being, right now we care about HQ slow, and then the rest are just our building doctrines, which would be super heavy bosses in this case, because it's the only thing that we have that is not the tier ones. So we're still missing 2 placements here. We can probably accelerate this in endless. You generally don't want to accelerate that much, but we're fairly safe in this instance. Later on, probably we won't be able to do that. And this is fantastic, but I think we net. Oh, I took a. Ooh. We need that. I probably should have been a little bit more diligent and not. I mean, I love the air command. The air command is definitely needed, so that's the good part. The bad part is having to accept that. I guess we do it this way and that way, and we give up on a fortress position there because it's not gonna matter. But now, if we go back to our, as you can see, we are at the positive portion of that, and we get even extra. So extra bonuses here for the pheromone pit. We got 4 of those little guys. I can place them here, and the reason here doesn't matter that much in terms of not having access to that spot is that eventually it's just gonna have access through signal prognosis, increasing the range of the stuff. Alright, we were gonna do that. We found HQ slow, we take it over the other stuff, and the Durandal, advanced Durandal is good because it's 10% damage. With Lipari sample, so we take that 10% damage. Why not, right? And we place it here probably, and we go. How about you get exposed elements, Flareums, and that, because it's gonna increase the range with the just for fun. It's not gonna matter at all. The tech doesn't matter at this stage, and if we were gonna be rolling pits, if we actually need the tech, we just get the tech from the pits. And if we check, Now we should have a lead by example. There it is. Mm-hmm. Authority requisition. Okay, so this could be okay. But I think because we have another doctrine, we just take the other doctrine. HQ slow, that means that we have uh, another slightly worse version of the Xenoprognosis, giving everything slow. We got a pit here. And this is reactive, so we found a very good pit. And we can do this. But we're not gonna do it until we find the other mission control, because we want to increase the chances of mission controls as well. What we want to do is to reach the point where the only thing we see is not the only thing we see, but we have so many mission controls that that we have more than enough to just keep placing them in the map. Okay, these are two doctrines, but I think we already found the huge targets, and now the big targets are these, like the super super Haples doctrines. We keep rolling pits, and this is cute. Should I go for? Nah, that doesn't matter. We didn't do it. We didn't do it just yet. Another option that I could go is increase the chances of seeing fortresses by just placing the fortress near the pit. We will need platforms. We don't have enough of them just yet. We keep placing air commands. Again, we're in the positive range, but now what we're aiming at is increasing the damage to Threxid. These two combine multiplicatively. It's one of the few things in the game that does so. And we have the speed up because it's probably safe. Eventually we just turn it off and do regular runs. And we just now what are my considerations to just call it a day. And we need to span the map a little bit more. We need to find Xenoprognosis is one of the outs that we have. I'm not gonna place infantry because I've noticed that it makes the game run significantly slower. That is very nice though. So we use this to trigger it, and we send it. So we need to establish the mission control chain, get either Xenoprognosis or put the map a map that is long enough, and then get our endless solution online. I don't think Xenoprognosis can count as an endless solution right now, because of the conditions that we are in. We do have intelligence gathering, so we might just start ramping up the rerolls there. Maybe Division Relay was better for that, but I don't have another one because the one that it showed up because of the draft. I'm already commands. Seems decent enough. This is okay. We get more about groupings in this case. Megameter, just in case we're gonna place them to increase the range by 1, but it's probably not gonna be the case. We found our mission control to place there, so now we can do this. Increase our chances of higher tier and reroll. Get a super high boss, that's fine. Get an ammo, that's great. And now we should probably still doing it on the double HQ. Keep increasing our recon production and that's probably good enough. And we draft again and probably air command again. So we're gonna see what the damage, how the damage increases against Threxid in a moment. Well, it's not just against Threxid, but at this point, it's just Threxid. The only real threat that we have that has air is Threxid. The other guys don't matter for these purposes at all. That's a lot of positions that we probably use. I have one platform. Is there a way to use one platform to place that air command? The answer is probably in some position, but I'm not seeing it right here. Like right there, the problem is that it's pointing in the wrong direction. Where else can we go? Oh, I would just do it here. Okay, now we can check. These are, as you can see, we're at 97 like global, but we are at 236. And the 492 is because has plus 200 to shields. But if we go to this guy that doesn't have the shield one, look at the difference between air and shield damage and at the regular percentage. Is because they get multiplied. So and in this case, we could do it with we could increase our chances of seeing super heavy pulses. Because we're happy with both mission controls and super heavy pulses. Mm-hmm. This is good. Recon production, and sorry, regular production doesn't matter at all anymore. We have more of these guys, so we should probably be playing, and I will. Like one of them could go here. Look at that split. I should probably stop doing the. Okay, so we get more mission controls, and we stop that, and we get the straight. It's fine. We get increased range chances. We get increased blueprint chances. Probably our command still good, although the platform was quite interesting there. Not gonna matter most likely. No super hippos is fine. Another mission control, and this one we could probably set it up here. So now increases our damage as well. Keep rolling. Let's get a little bit of production. Let's keep rolling. And you do want to place them like as fast as you can, because then the compounding effect of finding more applies. Like yeah, it carries over each wave that it passes, because it affects every draft that you make. And don't get too like upset if you can just have to place it for just the one. That's fine too. Okay, we found it. I'll take the platform over the mission control or their command in there. Maybe that was a mistake. Well, I wouldn't have been able to place. Actually, no, I took the platform, not their command. Okay, so that means that I can probably place their command at some point in some place, but I'd rather have another mission control. The reroll cost is also significant, quite significant actually. So just make sure that we have that. Now, this is something you can start doing at this stage, and that is placing the buildings and just selling it. Well, the ones that you don't have in play, like this. Actually, no. Everything you just place, upgrade, sell, place, upgrade, sell a few times. And the reason you do this is so that they don't clutter your hand. And the reason you don't want to keep them, I guess we can keep the bunkers just in case. We use them with silos. It's very unlikely, but you know, let's just do it. And it's so that they don't clutter your hand. We're gonna increase our. The way I like to do it is usually I just go for removing one of them each turn, like one type each turn until we just get rid of all of them, or a couple of turns, something like that. It's fine. Okay, the commands are good. Mission controls are better. I guess we do it here too. Now, I'm not quite sure if this applies multiple times. I suspect it does. Just in case. And now, even though we have a spot here, we have 1, 2, 3 spots available for the HQ. I think we go for the Casino Prognosis. I suppose, although most likely we're not going to be using it. I think we take the platform of the edition. Relay is fine, but what else were we doing? I guess we don't sell those just yet. Send it. Oh, I have more of these guys. That's the reason why I keep taking platforms, so I can place them more easily. In places where they should from the beginning. Oh my god, okay. That one we sell. I click on all the wrong upgrades there. Like those super heavy bosses are gonna be quite effective for a little while. And they can be used as a solution for endless. The problem is that they're quite finicky. They lack the amount of targets, essentially. They're fantastic in terms of damage. You won't find much better than that, than them. But well, I guess ramparts when you really scale them up. But it's the amount of targets what kills them for endless. Well, what makes it really hard not kills them, because it doesn't really kill them. But right, we go super heavy balls. That's good. Let's modifier damage against those. We can send them most likely. Oh, I said that we were gonna. Oh, another thing that you can do is you can do this during the wave as long as it's early enough, and that way you don't even have to upgrade it. You can just place it and sell, place and sell. Again, it might seem free damage, but you're paying a cost in the doctrines polluting your pool, and it makes it harder for you to find stuff that you want to find. But also there is a cost in performance if they're actually shooting, and the game, you know, like that translates into time spent not doing much because waiting for the game to be done lagging. Now the thing is, once you get it under control, it takes very little to maintain a declutter hand, but for now, you know. And the reason you want to sell them before the wave ends is because you don't want them messing up with your chances here. And this is okay. A simple tactics is good enough, I think. And for this one, we want a T, maybe. We want a cross. Maybe we want a straight for this one because we're turning a corner here, right? So I think we want a straight on this one, not that. Okay. The game is being difficult. All right, and maybe I could have been a little bit more selective for that straight. Now the middle we already have in place, so maybe it doesn't make any sense to sell them out. But again, I just don't want them cluttering my. Got 9 during those. Ugh. Alright. Now the meters are weird because the meters we might want to scale our damage and scale our range of our endless weapons. As you can see, this Mucos split can be a problem, but they're just getting disintegrated by Xenoprognosis. That's why you want a long road and Xenoprognosis buffed. $64. I guess Imperial Favor does something, although we don't have a lot of those entrances. Mm-hmm. Now Salamanders are a case where you could use them for endless, but you don't. You need to commit to it early, and you need a better setup, and you need 4 battlefronts. Like Salamanders is the one building that really needs the full battlefronts no matter what. Because you need the range, the extra range that come from somewhere, and that somewhere is usually just so we got that. I think we placed these ones. Yeah. Hand is looking clean. This is a little bit expensive, but you know, honestly, we have so much that it's probably worth it. And now we can just use intelligence, not just, but we could use intelligence gathering to help us out, increase our scalar damage. Every other round. In this case, we probably get the ammo depots on the. All right, we can place that one there and increase our damage in our. Again, I can start redrawing a little bit more. I could. Probably don't have to. The other option that we have is to start placing these guys here to help out against that split. I suppose we're not. Okay, these guys we could place. Just for the. Now the funny thing with this is that we can just straight up place the fortress. Actually, we don't have a spot for it just yet. Okay. Okay, for the Serena is cute, and the Rampart is again not needed. Most likely, we're just gonna keep the doctrines. All right. Next placement we have is we have a decision to make in this case. I think we keep rolling pits, but we might just close the map just to be able to place mission controls. And then what we do, if we do that, we could just use howitzers in pointing in this direction. Like our damage is not insane, but we can scale it quite a bit. So how about Sanction Cannons? Sure, let's give that one a go. We're gonna do it like that way. This way. Right? And we go you, and you. You, and you. And then we do one on the opposite side as well. That probably does mean that we want another howitzer here. Maybe with a platform in there. Again, now we are assuming we left enough space for Xenoprognosis to deal with the wave. That is that is hard to assess for sure, but we're betting that we did. Like as we can see, the howitzers are not cutting over just yet. But that, you know, like once we close the map, we're gonna be we get more mission controls. We're gonna be able to just place our mission controls to increase our damage a lot more. That's gonna apply to Xenoprognosis as well, but it's also gonna apply to the howitzers. And we found more mission controls. That's fantastic. And okay, so is this one probably for this one we want to, yeah, we want that one. And now it's done. Now this is the map. There's no escaping this, I guess. Which is good. Like this is burning the ships, I guess. And as we said, we probably want to increase our chances of seeing the howitzers, so the a barricade there is good. It's the way we have. No barricade, sorry. I'm blanking out the platform. A mega matter very unlikely to matter. But we can start using them to buff the range of the howitzers a little bit. You know, it's small, but it's something. Maybe Ascension gonna make more sense there. Probably did. Yeah. Okay, ammo depot is great. So we're looking for ammo depots. Now, air commands are starting to look more sexy once we close off the map, but I think we're still in the business for mission controls, and we do this. I guess we leave one for when we close. Here's our platform. Let's take the Omegameter. Okay, Tactic of Fortress it is. And more mission controls, that's great. And we had this position here that we said that we're gonna use to increase the chances of these guys. I can always sell this, sorry about that. I can always sell that if we're not using this. But I think the super hit bosses are still pretty good, so we just keep using them anyways. Alright, send it. Should be fine. And now we're definitely not using this, so oh, I don't need to upgrade it, I can just Now, one of the disadvantages of howitzers and sanction cannons when it comes to Xenoprognosis is that the range is not as good with this layout for the Xenoprognosis itself. That being said, again, Xenoprognosis is going to do the damage to the split, which is what we care about. And once we get if we reach the point where the modifier is taking over, it's just not gonna matter. Serenity number is nice, so it's an extra damage. And it helps everything. So as you can see, now we're doing a decent chunk of damage against Threxid and a decent chunk of damage in general anyways. We can probably send it already. I want to see what the pit is, just in case we need to place more stuff. These are probably still worth it. But I high 0 though, to get the slowdown. Like they might lose slow, so this allows us to keep it up. Again, the damage of them in them is kind of insignificant, especially compared with the rest. But all right. Oh, we found an attenuator. That's cool. And we got two options. We can actually no, we have only one option, and that is a flat and a flat like this. I could reroll a little bit more, looking for a better flat, and I think there is a good option. And the reason it's a good option is because it increases our damage a little bit. That's it. And we do want one of those. One of these. Yeah. Guess the other one was fine too, but no. Okay, like that. That probably creates a spot for using more howitzers, but I think a command. No, more howitzers seems fine. No, actually, the howitzers go in this spot, so more commands, I guess. And we found this, which is not relevant, but it's still fine. And now we go like that, probably like, oh, like this, like this. Like it's not insignificant if you can see the. Okay, and now the next placement in wave 71 is going to allow us to essentially start placing the mission controls for more, potentially 5, and 5 adjacents. And now we can switch to using the second upgrade instead of the one for increased chance of blueprints, because this is close. It's a close map already. We could just go like that there, or with a little bit more firepower in here. Because we didn't get the what's the name? We didn't see Sino Extractor. We are just going to place this guy, upgrade it, and sell it. And I'm doing it here because it's gonna become increasingly harder to do this during waves because the waves are lagging like crazy. So, and the reason I don't want to leave them online, although the retribution is okay, I don't want to pay the penalty cost in terms of performance. It's an alright building. It's just not worth it in my opinion. We should attenuate something, which the original plan was just to attenuate bastions. That's actually still a good plan. Well, actually, no, we're not gonna see that many bastions. I could do it like this. There's only one of those, so we can just do it like that. And the -1 range matters 0, essentially. Okay. And we can keep placing this just for the strength in numbers 1% increase in damage. Not in damage in general, you mean in the modifier. The rest of the stuff we're probably using now. Actually, no, we're not gonna use this, but this just get placed and get removed once we have find the first flat. The emitters, on the other hand, are probably worth it. Like it's one range, but you know it's one range and extra damage, and at some point it might do something, I guess. Oh, and you can have multiple of those, right? It's just like with this guy now, it has a much more decent range. Eventually, we can have another one, and we can just try to find layouts that maximize that. Rampart can get placed and can get removed. It's just a matter of because we didn't find the extractor. We probably don't have a spot for it just yet, so we just send that and just do it next. You can probably set up this already. Not that big of a deal. As you can see, Sino Prognosis is taking care of the split, which is usually a problem. Because we don't have as many stuff in the map, the performance is not dipping as usual. I mean, it's still not fantastic, but We can take more howitzers and more ramparts, I suppose. The Omega meter construction doesn't matter at this stage because we have practically infinite recon. We could go this side first because of that position, and it's a spot where the ometers start shooting faster. Oh, that song command is shooting. I like it. I love it actually. Uh, Look. Oh my god. And we get more mission controls. And now this is important. We reroll a bunch of times. Let's go down to 2000 just to scale everything up. We're still gonna play some howitzers, so maybe not as much as we normally would. That's okay. And we just do this. Again, cash doesn't matter at this stage. Like by 55, you generally don't care about cash. Now, that move for tech for cash is generally worth it still, just because it gives you yeah, these are gonna be hard to speed, so might as well just get rid of them. You don't want clutter essentially. This is what I'm saying. All right, so we want to maximize the effect of this, so maybe we do it that way and we place sanction cannon in here. Like that, like this, like that. This, like this, like this, and place you there. Yeah, I could go for the range, but we can just take care of that with this little guy here. That being said, maybe we wait for the next placement, and what we do is we place that one over here. Here it shares a bunch of spots with the. It shares that spot with that how it's her and. Yeah, we can do that one as well. Because we share the spot with those guys. Let's do that. Now this. And now it's just a matter of sending it and see how we react. Now this can be a problem. You see the split, but we are Caria, so it's not as big of an issue. I mean, and we do have firepower in there to try to deal with it as well. So now I could put an Omega meter next to reactive to increase the chances of seeing one as well, seeing more, because we want all of them, right? We want super heavy pulses still, we want howitzers still, we have sanction cannons, and we want more mission controls, of course. Like even if they split here, again, it's not that big of a deal because Caria they scare of a lot of stuff. But also the super hit bosses are doing a lot of damage anyway, so even if they avoid a lot of the range in the howitzers, it's still fine. And for this one, yeah, we got a mega meter, some more howitzers, and because we got two emitters, we can just do this. And that. And I could do it here. I mean, probably there's better. So we can just send that, I think. Now with Xenoprognosis, there comes a point where you could reach a level of bonus modifiers in damage that it's just clearing the waves. It's like a we're not at that stage just yet, but we're close to being there for the Mucos. And hopefully we play more stuff we place in terms of now we can increase the it shouldn't matter, but it apparently does. Second attenuator is fine. Wait. Oh, I didn't attenuate the. Didn't attenuate the Bastion. It's fine. It's fine. We roll it a few times to increase our damage. Everything. We can go down to 2000. Alright, that's fine. Okay, and now we can go. And for these ones, we can try to start going for fives. It's okay to sacrifice one spot there. But now we can go. We start going like that already and doing that. Air command, that's very cool. Mission control, because the air command lets us essentially scale. It's perfectly fine. Rate of fire is also good. And we can even go and do it again. All right, and now we have double last chance. And if we check, yeah, it starts to get ridiculous, of course, and we love that. But we can add more firepower here if you wanted to, or more here. Probably here is fine. All right. And now we have all of them pointing this direction, so probably we're gonna go this way and then this way and see if that matters in terms of them not spawning, always taking that longer route. Because it's a decent more amount of tiles, and that makes a big difference for the Xenoprognosis. Now this is essentially how we do it. We keep placing stuff and selling it so that they don't clutter the. Now, not quite sure if the howitzers are gonna end up being the solution because I think this is leaning. I suspect this is leaning to just a straightforward Xeno prognosis solution. It's just Xeno takes care of the damage. But we still need the other towers to complement for now. And then we can probably make the switch later, like very late. Well, it's not gonna happen on this video because I mean, uh, we're at 27 FPS, 21. It dips once we get 4. Once we get the big split. Yeah, as you look at this, you want them to essentially explode fast, really fast, without advancing as much. And again, because Xenoprognosis hits all of them, it's fine if they advance a little bit because they don't get away. Because what happens with them in other commanders that are not this, if you lose that containment, you essentially lose because they just reach your base without getting targeted because nothing is giving them priority. But you know, that's not the case with Karya, and that's why Karya is essentially one of the best, if not the best, like straight off the best. It's probably the simpler commander to just finish the game with, and it's the one that can do it like this, merge fronts regardless of what's happening. And this works in Frontier 19 as well. The problem with Frontier 19 is that you're probably gonna have a lot more issues early on, clearing out Frontier 19, whereas Vulcan doesn't have this issue. That's why Vulcan is, I think, on par. Once you know what you're doing, I think it's on par because you get the advantage at the beginning, and then you just leverage that into the end game. Because what you do is you use the you keep rolling pits. You roll a lot more pits actually because you don't merge up fronts. You pick a lot of more doctrines and you don't place as many types, and you just essentially get the snowball from that point position. Obviously, Karya, you do have the guaranteed, okay, I can always use Xenoprognosis. I do need to make compromises early. I need to solve the issues early because I might die. But if I don't, then I get, I find myself in the position where Xeno carries, essentially, which is what's happening right now. And we just, roll a few times. I think we use intelligence gathering here to scale the damage a little bit just in case. Probably can last like one more wave to see what the enemies do, because sometimes they select the shorter path and I want to see how that looks in the map. That's probably enough, and we found, of course, the trolling building, but that's okay. We can probably manage. That did mess up the 5 position right there, and I don't want to go to this side because I think that may leans them that way. So we just use it for multiplier against here, I guess. Seems effective enough, I suppose. It needs to be a full. Needs to be a full one. Uh, just so that it doesn't bother us. You don't want infantry in place is because it's not doing enough damage and it's just making things go slower essentially. There's no downside other than that. You know, I think it's significant enough for me to not want to do it. So that's why I'm doing that. All right, I can send it, I think, and just see what that changed. Right, they're still going this way most of the time. Let's see if some of them goes this way. No, they're going this way. So what I suspect is that if you put stuff in here, even though it shouldn't affect path, is somehow affecting pathing some way. So let's just keep placing them on this side and see if that makes it so that it counts this as road. I don't know somehow. That is something I don't know. I don't know exactly how pathing works. And okay, so if you want to make sure that you're doing enough, you can wait until 83 and then jump. But honestly, uh, here, what you do is you keep doing this. You keep placing the flags, keep placing your mission control, placing your air commands. Maybe at some point, if you get more howitzers, you place another tile here, another tile on the other opposite side, and you place cannons and howitzers on this side. Just just to hedge. Or if you see that, like we're seeing right now, Xenoprognosis is carrying, you can just keep leaning on Xenoprognosis and just keep increasing the percentage, which I'm not sure what the number is right now, but it seems to be very big. Yeah, it's 2.7 2.7k percent against air. And you might think that is a that you also need to deal with Omegamucos, and that's sort of true, but sort of you really Threxid become the biggest issue because as long as they die fast, the other stuff dies to doesn't have that much HP anyways. The problem is just that they don't get focus. But if there are no Trexids, then the other stuff dies very quickly. Although again, it doesn't matter for that matters more for non-Caria scenarios. For Karia, the air multiplier matters if you want to use her to deal most of the damage to the Trexids, essentially. Some experiment we can start doing is essentially start selling all of those miradors except the ones that have flags, just to not decrease the. Well, I guess if we find ammo depots, we just place the ammo depots and just replace those, and then we just sell the rest so they're not shooting and see if that improves the performance a little bit. My my suspicion is that they will increase the performance a little bit, but not like not by such a significant amount that it's worth it to just sell everything. But it might be. Obviously, not the big buildings. But the werewolves might go, the bastions might go, stuff like that. And at this stage, yeah, we do want to get this. This is probably better. The reload speed at the red fire is probably better than the Irekas. No, actually, it's not because we have way more buildings than the other stuff. So we just do it that way and just place you. Improve sale, improve sale. And we can go and say, okay, how about you? You can go. How about you? Yes, like thank you for your service, and just you can retire. You can retire. You can retire. You can retire. So can you? Yeah, I'm not sure about the wolves. The wolves can't stay because they're slowing things down. That might matter. This is also shooting. Maybe we don't want it to shoot. Lose a little bit of of production, but that's fine. Don't need to keep this, I think. That's fine. That one's the unit income still. So, all right, let's see how it goes. And the other reason it makes sense in Caria particularly is because the game is increasing the range of everything, so it needs to recalculate for every of those stuff the projectiles, and they're gonna start shooting, and it doesn't matter that they're shooting for that little because Xenoprognosis hits them anyways, and it's like they're not apporting enough, they're not contributing enough to justify the performance essentially, the performance hit. Oh, there's another dude in there. Okay. I can probably sell that one. The reason it's staying right now is because of the -1% to the. So we reached the dreaded 1 FPS. Well, the game says 9, but it's at 1 at this point. It's at less than 1 probably at this point. Lucky for us, it's not gonna be like that too long. But like we did lose a little bit of percentage because we removed buildings in terms of damage because of the modifiers with strength in numbers and stuff like that. But we're gonna get it back just by placing a mission control like a few times over. I think do we take more howitzers? I think we take more super hipposes in this case, and we can just go like that. And this is interesting. I think we reroll a few times and then we place the flat. We guarantee the flat. Right? There are not that many flat tiles, so we go down to 2.2. We can go down to 2000. Actually, let's go down to 1.5, which is okay. I left the. Okay. Yeah, I actually need to press the keys, the R key to keep it rolling. Alright, we can do it there. Mm, that was the game reaching potential, like maximum trolling potential there. I guess we do fours. Fours would seem like good enough, I guess. Anyways, I guess we do it like this, and maybe eventually we go for. No, yeah, with that building there, the neutral in there, that doesn't work ever. So the only way to get one, it's to get the ones that hit more is like here, and we need two tiles, which is fine. We can sacrifice the tiles eventually. It's just doing this now. I guess that one, the other one can wait. We can still place one of you there. We have spots for them, and they do a decent amount of damage still to probably worth it. We're still not in 83, but those get reduced quite quickly. Okay, and this one is gonna be 4 damage. See what we get. More mission controls. We keep the mission controls just when we get more real estate. Their command is fantastic. Again, we need more real estate for it. And I don't mind the hand like that. And Omega Mirror, we can use it to improve these guys. And more mission controls. Okay. That's probably not gonna shoot anywhere. We can check our multiplier and our bonuses here. Okay, that is quite big. And it's gonna get bigger. Start run progresses. Yeah, they're dying. They're definitely dying. Now remember, if you have 4 battlefronts opens, every single multiplier that you get from the bonus that you get from mission controls gets from the controls extension bonuses, it gets multiplied by 4. This is why you want to get the to keep those battlefronts open. One of the reasons why. Okay. Now this is not the case where you can just jump straight to 103, like like other examples that I've shown in the past. This is one where you have to do the continue going the maps and scaling Xenoprognosis every round, because uh, yeah, you still don't have enough as it is right now, as the map is right now. You like they're getting contained, but they're getting contained because Xenoprognosis kills them. But if you have a lot more, if performance dips a little bit, then you might have issues with that. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to place a few more and see. Like, actually, just one more and see, and we can probably call it. I should have called it like a few ways back, but like we are at 6 placements after we close the map. 1, 2, 3. No, actually, we are at 4 tiles, so that's 8 turns since we closed the map. Now, if you're doing this, you have to be diligent. The turns where, like, I guess in this case, would be the odd turns where you place the tile, because that's the turn where your scaling happens, right? You need to plan ahead, and you don't have to essentially do what I did and just get rid of the stuff that you don't need. You can place them in the map. You can try to find good positions for it, but the reality is that it doesn't matter in terms of damage. If you like to experiment with the layouts and stuff like that, okay, sure. But there's not that much point in terms of finishing the run. It's just one thing that Xenoprognosis does do is that obviously it does apply if Xenoprognosis is your main source of damage, which is this run. It's leaning this way. Is that the distribution of damage is just even, because it just keeps shooting. So if you have like the roads are at similar lengths and you can just map it out, you can see how the health bar goes down, and because that distribution of damage can be uneven in other scenarios, because your main buildings are not shooting all the way through, or might not be. Then it's a lot harder to use the map to gauge if you're doing okay. Because in this case, like, I would be a lot more worried if this were in Keria, If I'm using howitzers, this is a loss. Howitzers for damage without Xenoprognosis is a loss because at this stage I don't have enough damage to, because the howitzers will be the one shooting, right? Because I call it losing containment. You just lose containment of the wave and you just lose. And you can lose containment of the Mucos as well, but again, Karya makes that irrelevant. Another way to make this irrelevant is essentially to give all of your big buildings range over the entire map, which you can do with Omega meters and 4 battlefronts. And there are certain buildings that scale the range like crazy, like salamanders, for example. They do that, so you can do that as well with them. It's fine, I guess. There you go. Place it there, and now we can use this spot. It's another neutral in there. The game choose violence. Again, definitely choose violence today. Okay. I'm also lagging like crazy, which is not fun. We'll push through it. I suppose no, that doesn't work there. Here it might work eventually. I'll need to place more stuff, but for now that probably works. More howitzers just in case. We got 3. Again, eventually we might place more. That's gonna be helpful. We still have 1 available spot for HQ. Okay. So we have significant input lag already. So let's see how the wave goes, and we call it. Obviously, we can check beforehand and see how our modifier is doing, and that's the sort of number that you can expect if you want to do this with Xenoprognosis, I guess. So you can see it's taking over. Yeah, this is gonna. Yeah, the howitzers likely don't matter anymore. And they probably never did if we get more super hit pulses. I have the division relays. I just don't want to place them right now. I probably don't want to place them at all. But there might be spots in here in this side where it makes sense because it's just recon production, and recon production translates a little bit into damage. Like every reroll, it's half a percentage of damage. Well, not a percentage of damage, a percentage of modifier. But that one gets multiplied by our air modifier as well. So we do have that effect against Threxid. Like even in this build, I've had wave 79 runs where the performance is not like this. So it does help not having us. I think not having as many buildings as we can. And for performance modifier, even if you hit diminishing returns, like Xenoprognosis is still scaling damage a little bit. It just scales less and less, but because the wave size keeps increasing, and it hits every unit in the game, it just keeps scaling anyways. It keeps scaling with the wave. Um, so it ends up not mattering as much anyways, or at all, really. Well, actually, okay. I'm rumbling here a little bit because yeah, it does matter in the sense that you increase if you had other targets for the increase, then it would probably make sense, or alternative uses to just increasing those bonuses, then it would be fine to use them on those. But in this case, it's a global modifier, and uh, again, what else are you gonna do with your uh, with your placements right now? Right. All right. So uh, the I think the this run is solved. I think this reaches that you just keep doing this, and this reaches 103, and then in 103 you get like the bug. So if you want to do something like this to reach 103 one time, Kari is a good it's a good first commander to do it. And if you're just gonna do it once, I would probably recommend Karia or Gortag or Eleanor or Bulkin. Like if you're more into like getting the fast start and just uh but then you have to worry a little bit more. You don't know the end goal like you would do with Karia. But guys, again, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.